going on, guys? This is Prince Dice coming to you guys live, the host of the Investor Show. I'm here live in Yokohama right now. You can take a look, see a little bit around here where I'm at. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for reaching out. Oh, seeing my new merchandise there. I probably put in the link for Wesley Learns to Invest. Anyway, thank you guys for all the support that you've done. But as always, I don't have a lot of time. I definitely know you guys have a lot of time, so I'm going to jump straight into it. So today's topic is going to be the number one question I'm always asked. And I think his name is Andre, who's been commenting on the page saying, hey, Prince, hey, I want to know how you pick your stocks, how you do your stocks, or whatever the case may be. And I'm getting this video to you because I saw you were persistent. And also, I know I'm a little bit back there, but as you guys see, I travel a good bit. But also, I wanted to get to this video because it's the number one most asked question. Check out my podcast if you haven't, because I did do an episode about it as well. But anyway, the question was, how do you pick stock? And I'm going to give you the professional way, and then I'm going to throw in a couple of hints of my own. So let's get straight to it. The number one thing you must first do, find out if you are long-term or short-term. Again, I said find out if you are long-term or short-term. For prime example, why is that important? Well, before I get into that, long-term is considered anything over 12 months. Anything over 12 months is considered long-term in the investing world. Anything up under 12 months is considered short-term. So first, find out if you are long-term or if you're going to be short-term. The second thing is, why is that important? Because let's say if you're someone that is investing, you want something to do with your kids' money. Your kid is a senior in high school and they're graduating next year, so you got a whole year, you don't know what to do. So that person there, he has a short-term strategy because his kid is getting ready to go to school, or her kid is getting ready to go to school, or whatever the case may be. Also, someone who may be short-term is somebody who just came into some money, and they may say, hey, I want to, came into some money, someone who just had a child, and they may want to invest for the long term. So they may have a long-term approach versus someone who may have a short-term approach whose kid is getting ready to go to school, or whatever the case may be. So first, find out if you're long-term or short-term. That's number one. Number two, risk level. What is your risk level? For prime example, let's go back to the first scenario. If I'm getting ready to send my child to school, I saved up this money his whole life, and I'm getting ready to send my child to school, and in 8 months, do you think I want to go out here and risk it all? Maybe some people may, but most people probably will say no. I want to preserve the capital, make as much money as I can, whatever the case may be, right? So that person's risk level is going to be low versus someone else who may be 17 years old, sitting in a college dormitory, or just came into some money and just says, hey, I have $500, $1,000, $5,000, I don't care what happens to it. They're more risky. So first, decide what your risk level is. Are you a conservative, or are you a risk taker? Are you, they call it speculative in the investing world. You speculative, or you conservative? You want to conserve the money, just get a little bit of growth, or whatever the case may be, something better than the savings account. Or you may be a very speculative person to where you want to put it all out there. So decide what is your risk level. Number three, look at how much cash you have. How much money do you have? Because the number one thing is, for right now, if you only got $500 to invest, you're looking at getting a Google stock, you may want to look somewhere else, or you're looking to get Amazon. So look at how much money do you have. So first, let's go back over. So that's the third thing. So the first thing is, find out if you're going to be long-term or short-term. The second thing is going to be find out if you're going to be high risk or low risk. The third thing is how much capital do you have? How much money do you got to actually invest? Now, these are my little secret things. Not secret things, but things I just would put in. As you guys can see on the show, I've had people from all over the place, Wall Street and stuff like that. But if you haven't seen the episode, go back and watch it. It's from the billionaire fund manager from Wall Street named James, right? And he gives the story of how people pick their stocks and how this guy picked Amazon way back in the early 90s or whatever. And look at what you do. If you are a nurse, look at what goes on in your hospital. If you're a retail person, look at what you're doing in retail. If you are a teacher, where your school is ordering books. What I'm getting at, the point is, start with things that you know and that you are involved with. A lot of times, and some of the biggest mistakes I ever made was jumping all off into what I heard or saw, or whatever the case may be, and not looking at what's right at home. Hey, you know what? I work for Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola is doing all these amazing things. Maybe you want to look at Coca-Cola. Maybe you want to look at Coca-Cola's maybe you want to look at Coca-Cola's competitors or something like that or whatever. So start with what you know. I work at this particular company. I work in this industry. I work in whatever the case may be. So start right there. That's the first thing you should do. The second thing is look at what you spend your money on. Every day, for a prime example, if you have Verizon, if you had it for 15 years or whatever the case may be, that's fine. Start, maybe you want to look at Verizon. Whatever you put your money to every month. You know, every single year you buy your kid the new toy or game or whatever they like or whatever the situation may be, you may want to look into that particular company. See where you're spending your money at. So I gave you 2 extra ones. So the first thing, let's do a quick little recap. The first thing, are you long-term or short-term? Second thing is, are you high risk or low risk? The third thing is, how much money do you have? The fourth thing is, start with what you know. If you work in retail, and you know, hey, this is a new company or a new way we're doing business, you may want to look into doing those particular companies. Now, the next thing may be, the fifth thing is, look at what you spend your money on. Now, once you have all that down, now you can know if you're a high risk or low risk person. If you're a high risk person, meaning you're speculative, maybe you want to look at something called option trading. Maybe you want to look at Forex. Maybe you want to look at penny stocks. You can go into things that are not proven, things that are new hot stocks that you heard about, things that you may not know that much about. You're very speculative because you're willing to take a risk. You're short term and you're very high risk taker because there's millions of stocks out there. Let me switch hands a little bit. Something stick is getting kind of what you call it. But anyway, if you're long term, a person who's long term is going to look at more things that are established, like a Walmart, a General Electric, good hardcore companies, a Home Depot that's been around, has a good, strong, solid foundation of finance and stuff like that, so they can withstand a downturn. That's what a long term person who has a low risk would look into. They're going to look at companies that are very substantial. Versus a penny stock, it can go from here to there within a day or two, right? Those are things you must look at. So once you have that and you know what your goals are, you know what you want to look for, then you can look into particular stocks. Then you can look into, hey, I'm looking for something in technology. I'm looking for something with a large capitalization. Because usually a large cap is how big a company is usually going to be a more conservative company. But I don't want to ramble on. I hope you guys tonight that video. If you guys got any comments, any more questions, drop them below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, comment button, all that other great stuff. Until next video, let me give you guys a little bit more of a review here. Yokohama, Japan. Don't forget to like, subscribe button. Check out the merchandise, Wesley Learns, the book, the app, all of the great stuff. Until the next video, you guys already know what to do. Peace, be safe. I'm out.